living in a bureaucracy that doesn't help entrepreneurs. You know, they got the trillion, they got the seniors ventures. That's not good. I just cut my costs. I got a lawyer. I'm using Legal Shield. That's the first step. Legal Shield has plans that they can build an online entrepreneur business. So how have I been living? Well, not well. I've bad phone system. I won't use Bell. I'm going to what's that one? Omna. Just plug it into the Wi-Fi. I went to Virgin. It's a better hub, cheaper. And this phone is the old phone. I'm going back to that. I've just signed up for a Via Rail program. I'm going to go and travel Canada. I'm getting my passport. I'm putting through for Australian citizenship by descent. Nobody's helping me here. There's no home care. I need a cleaner coming in. Oh, while I'm here, I'm going to clean up this place with cleaners. There's one down there, but I can't afford it if I don't have cut budgets and cut clothing and quit living on the food bank. It's garbage. You know, that's all they want us to do. I hope Ontario gets some sense and gets liberal, federal, provincial liberals in, because they're not working right. They need a good leader. You don't like Trudeau. You know, I'm not going to get into political things, but he shouldn't have put that pipeline through. In Alberta, you know, there's no entrepreneurial things. She was in Alberta. She says it's not entrepreneurial. We need more entrepreneurs. Young people need to be doing entrepreneurial work. Well, I helped a guy make 16 million, and I wasn't making any money at it. I'm making money at coaching businesses, and I'm getting messages from companies in the United States. Everything's failing. I've lost their way. I'm a horseman, so I'm going to get an equine certification in therapy and learning. A lot of these workshops I could teach you. I'm going to Australia. Why? Because they're open mindset. 2 billionaires are there building green renewable energy. He said it in the bar. He's an older man. I wouldn't buy an electric car. I want a hydrogen hybrid. Well, they're making green hydrogen. And I'm not into oil fascism. That's garbage. We got to get off fossil fuels. But Pierre Paulette is convincing young people to go far right. And listen to what he's doing. I've seen him do this before, the progressives. They tend to say, peace the taxpayers' lobbyists. Well, hell yeah, the taxes are high. You know, if you're into taxation, get a taxation consultant and work on income streams and cut your taxes. Like businesses may have taxation cuts, but the way they're doing taxation cuts here is fraud, because it's brokers funding shelters that are no good, violating human rights, and they'll go down. There's a karmic debt there. These brokers will go down. They know the economy's pretty well screwed. Too late, too soon. Canada never got laws on free rate things. So a lot of things bother me on here, what you say. And you're really fascists. A lot of the right-wing parties here. I'm a moderate. I listen to a more peaceful mind. So I started reading The Course in Miracles. It's a beautiful book. It has no judgments. I don't want to judge you. And I don't think you should go around judging women. I don't think. You got problems. You got freedom. I got freedom too, not listening to you. So I'm switching the platform to Vimeo because it's less pollution. Neil Young went off of Spotify. I just saw that there. He went off, and Joni Mitchell did too. Nobody likes liars about COVID, and Joe Rogan and Rex, and he's supporting Jordan Peterson. I don't study Canadian psychology. I study European and Australian psychology and Buddhism and everything I can. It's putting God back in everything. Canada's got away from God. All these people that are trying to justify the world aren't mystics. They are humanists and atheists. Well, you can try to live a life without God or spirit or love. And you hear them all the time, tough love. That's not love. This is judgment. God does not judge. Not my God. My God is love. The inner peace is the freedom, not trucker strikes and guns. To me, that's freedom and helping people get ahead. We are living a crazy world of conformists of social media. It's Orwellian. But we have choices to seek peace and live a peaceful life. I'm going to travel. I don't need doctors. They say you need a fixed residence. I don't want to. I'm firing my doctor. She's no good to me. I'm a metaphysical healer. I know enough about health, and that's the way it should be. I know I got to eat better. I'm not eating good here. Living on the food bank and listening to people. And I said, I'm not taking the food bank anymore. I've been here 4 years. I'm going to contest the will. I'll get money back. I'm not fighting. I just contest it. I got a lawyer, but I need a phone system. So Bell hasn't worked for me. I'll write blogs against them if they don't change, and I'll tell my lawyer to cut ties with them. They wouldn't replace the phone. I've been paying hundreds of dollars on an iPhone. And I got to the point, I get my hands dirty and cuts the microphone off. I got a phone there. It'll plug into one of those units. I like that. It's clear. And I can get, as I build, I'll use that plan and I'll have a separate phone line for business. I'll use computers. I'll buy computers directly with cash. I'm not using credit. Don't use credit, people. That's one thing. This country's living on credit. If you go get a hotel room, you got to have credit. Well, I have a load card, and that's the start. It's a BMO. And I'm just going to load it up with cash and keep money in it and have a balance on it. Now, I'm not worrying about credit systems and credit scores. I'm worrying about having enough money that keeps going. The whole system is geared on credit scores. They're going to pay up debt that they owe by me contesting the law. I'll just pay that off and go for it. I listen to people and I quit listening. They haven't got an idea of business. And I'm living a long life and I don't want to live here. I don't like the noise. I don't like the traffic, but I'm going to put up with it and live this spiritual life and do online services and life coaching. And I'm not listening to all these people saying life coaching is psychology. I've studied psychology too. And I'm not listening to that. I don't need to listen to judgments. And you're just coming out and saying blanket statements of things. Just blanket skepticism, and didn't work for me. Yeah, I heard her say that. That young lady only did one course, and I've taken 8 years of studying psychology and business, and I've lived 68 years of knowledge of seeing companies going under and going up. And I read audiobooks. I take notes. I'm going back to my old college ways of writing. Notepad. This is cheap. It's cheap. And I can do drafts on it. Pens are cheap. I get these for $1. I get these for $1. Packages. They work. And I don't write scriptic. I sort of a hybrid writing stuff. It's not fast, but it works. Now, Wendell Berry, I was listening to him. He got in trouble by his wife got in trouble because it's a feminist movement that's saying that's brutal. Wendell says, I don't know. I'll ask her. I don't think it is. She says it isn't. She likes the Smith Curl. Yeah, that does a little bit of a lot. He doesn't like computers. But, he says, I use a pencil and I write a slow write. So you write your drafts and you write them on paper. And these are cheap. There's a dollar store across the road. A dollar store. I always, college, I didn't have a computer. It was a pen. It was 1978. I graduated. I wrote notes. I learned the art of note taking and asking good questions. So where's good questions come in business? Using Chat GTS and having conversations with it. Google will keep on taking you back to Reddit, and it's all opinions and people that don't know anything. Chat GBS is an artificial intelligence form. It's finding you stuff. I'm finding Google searches are some of it's all right, finding material things, but asking questions and is having a highly intelligent artificial intelligence. Now, I don't want a robot, but that is my robot on this computer. And it works well. Well, I got a fixed mindset. I got an open mindset psychologically. I use Chat GPS. I listen to young people and I listen to what's working for them. And then I read blogs on social media and how it's damaged the whole generation. And it has. It's hurt everybody and it's conforming us politically. I don't like Sky News. I dump them because they sound libertarian, free market capitalist, and that's what the problem of Australia had. Am I against billionaires that are changing things? No, I'm for them. And battery systems. They got a system in Australia. You're off the grid. You're generating electricity. It's going into a battery system. At night, they tell you, oh, no, you got to have a backup cold or something. No, that's not true. This system, and it goes back into generating the house. And what excess you have goes into the grid system, and you get paid for it. But you probably won't use that too much, but it saves you money. So if they get an electric green carbon hydrogen system, you're going to have the best of both worlds and not this climate change garbage. Australia's had enough of burning up. And there's always entrepreneurs and multi-billionaires that do ethical things because they start reading books like Dale Carnegie, Napoleon Hill, and they start realizing the way you approach a society and what you're working in is wise business. It's sustainable to build your country and obey the law, work in the system, and get off fossil fuels. There's a lot of fossil fuel attackers, and I don't care about them, and I don't judge them. They're just mind hacked. They're fixed mindset. I met a guy who's working in the oil fields. He wasn't happy. He was making all sorts of money, but he couldn't save the damn thing. $200 an hour. That's a lot of money. I can make that helping good people. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm setting mindsets of making money. I've looked at my life and stories I've heard, and it was my father. He didn't have a mindset of a businessman. A lot of people don't. I look at my friend. He built a company, and he started investing. Like, he started expanding his business. And his dad said to me before he died, you don't make money working for people. No. I know a young guy here, he's from Nova Scotia. He started he owns it. It's a music shop. He's got guitars. I can go in there and buy pedals. He's a good friend. But he's not making, I'm buying a lot of stuff online because of the price and these people are inflating the market. This is the problem in Canada. Free market capitalism. It is not the political movements. Let's talk about Justin Trudeau. And you're going to hear this. Provincial governments have more power now than the other systems. We're divided up. We're sort of sovereign little systems. And it works on Westminster parliamentary standards. Like Elizabeth May concerns herself with the constituents of the Scrooge Golf Islands. That's her constituents, not the Canadian politics in general. Her means in Parliament is to continue with the needs of the BC people, but they're in the Scrooge Golf Islands. And that's how Parliament works in Canada. But Stephen Harper divided up things. The truth about the economy and food supplies is we got middle people. These are box stores. Older people know that food banks aren't the answer. They're just tax loopholes. They're faith-based religions, and they only give you what you were in last week. I have to get a guy to get me the food. And I don't like it. It's all canned food. I said, yesterday you got me food. I opened it up. It was cat food. Oh, great. Oh, yeah. You're always in a hurry. You're on a phone. You're a nice guy, but you're living on that phone. You got to get off. And I'm trying to convince him that he's in the wrong field. He's trying to work in the ism of the Canadian healthcare system. He's just treading water. Like, he takes people to court and lets them out. And the police say, it's catch and release. Well, that's what it is with drug addiction. He's a nice guy. His wife makes more money in yoga, but they got stories. The spiritual businesses don't make money. She's 68 or 64. She makes so much money she can't keep up with it. She went up to a wealthy area and got people into wellness and fitness. She's a Reiki master like me. And she told me, read these books. And I started reading them. And it's Marianne Williamson, Divine Compensation, and it's The Course in Miracles. These are a psychological book of getting out of blaming people and getting your life together and being happy. Jorgen Peterson says it's not about happiness, it's about respect. I'm sorry, Jorgen, it's about happiness. The meaning of life is happiness. you're an atheist and Claremont. I don't listen to you anymore. I've heard enough. I just, ooh, that doesn't fit. Ooh, that doesn't fit. I listen to discernment of my heart. You don't live by the heart, you live by ideologies. So I told a young man, I said, the whole world's full of ideas. We need ideologies, do we? Well, hand clapping. The birds fly naturally. Do we need that? Fear-based ideologies. He says, don't leave here, you'll go hard. Listen, I travel Canada with less money. I look at the plans, I look at Via Rail, and I'm going to travel Via Rail and make money on the Rhine. I know what I need. I learned minimalism. I'm going to have showers on the train, but that's all right. When I get in hotels, I have a bath. I'm going to buy doTERRA oils, and I'm going to start getting supplements for my diet because I don't feel well. I feel the food's not adequate for me, especially food bank junk. And I listen to older people that aren't all senile. This is Grandma, Mother Jones, another libertarian group that's saying this because it's attacking Joe Biden's cabinet. And, I'm listening to these guys and they're saying, look at the way he walks. Joe Biden always got a diaper problem. That's Sky News. Libertarians. Older men do wear diapers. So older women do too. We're getting younger. But, people are living longer and you're blaming it on them. You can learn from older people. But they don't want you to. They want you to go down to nothing, young people. You think we don't care about you? Our life is about you. Giving you a future and making the world better. I say renewable energy. I say entrepreneurship. I say cut the bureaucratic crap. Do we need hospitals? Well, they're not working anymore. Everything's changing. People are dying in hospitals, waiting so long in Canada. So I got a problem here. No, it's a solution. She doesn't work with me, and I don't want going in, and she's just drug pushing and won't listen to me. Do I hate her? No, I know more than she does, and she looks old and haggy at 40. I'm firing her. Go on here and get her off at my list. I'd rather use a nurse practitioner if I need help. And I want good surgery. These eyes are screwed up. I need dental, so I get insurance. I make money. And Jackie Chan, what's he say? Master MBA, massive bank account. That's what you got to do. So I got 2 banks, and they buy me points. They're not a credit system. I can't get credit. I just keep on listening to them. I don't get anywhere listening to credit score gurus that say, you'll script your credit score. No, it doesn't matter. I'm leaving Canada. I got to start again. I made mistakes. You ever make mistakes? Get married and trying to make a woman happy, buying her things and using credit. Don't use credit. Use cash. Keep credit. Just build cash. Now, hotels, they require deposits. I got a way to get a deposit, build money, and use this. This loads. And it loads well. It's a credit card, but it's a load credit card. So when you only put money in that you got, put a budget out of a credit system. Okay, I'm giving you tips. Older people need to be happy. Living in apartments with no services in Ontario is saying goodbye, Ontario. I've been here 4 years. I can't afford a housekeeper. They won't pay for That's all right. That's the way it is. The country's broke. Let's face it. I'm going to leave. I'm going to cut cords with the doctor. I don't want hers. Okay. I've been working on my own health care. I went in the hospital because I had no phone. I was laying on the floor with this rumination. I got no phone. And it caused me to shut down. Ruminations, thinking over and over how bad my life is with no phone. Well, that's a problem. No phone. I'm going to go into a phone service that works. And I will never use Bell for that. I'll pay them off. But I'm not going to use them if they won't replace the phone. I got to pay him $250. And I got the phone here and it doesn't work. So I got an iPhone, iWatch, it works, but it's not set up. And I'm sending him messages and he's going to come by. But I'm going to keep it on. Because yesterday he missed me, he can't get in. Well, he's going to get in and I'm going to get clothes washed. But I'm going to throw out a lot of clothes. They're garbage, I don't like them. And I'll tell you one thing I don't like wearing. T-shirts that have got names on a marketing magnet. They go out. Colors that I don't like. I don't do construction work, so I don't wear those things. I got pants I need on, and I haven't been wearing them. And I'm just going to cut back on things. I'm going to get jeans and straight leg and high boot. I'm going to wear Western wear because I'm a horseman. I'm getting horse insurance because I got cranial sacral. I got business plans behind me. I want to get horses, so I'll do this while I have health. Because I don't know how long I have health. I won't have health living here. Noise is bothering me. I can't live like that. I knew this place wasn't right for me, but that was all they had in Ontario. So the Ontario Conservative Party's been lying about a lot of things. They said they're going to get more housing. Okay. But they're also supporting those guys that are raising the housing market. So, I can't live that way. How do I get around it? Well, I've been reporting it to the Ontario Auditor General. And not being partisan. No judgments. So I like people that have houses. And I look at what I got and what other people, young people, don't have. They need $7,000 down to get an apartment. A young couple here. How are they going to get it? Living in she's working in a coffee shop. The owner is thinking of giving that coffee shop up. It's not making him money. It's a dragon horse, but he's a nice guy. But how are they going to get money? I got to help them out. I'll coach them. And I'm going to use plans that I can get the funds that they need for startup instead of going through all this damn bureaucracy. They're not lending kids money. And there's a system. I think it's called FIFA. It's a micro loan, and I'm putting money into it that they pay it back, and I'll just keep that. It'll be my charity. I'm not going to put money into food banks. I believe in entrepreneurship and people making money. And I believe in freedom. Not truckers, convoys, and fossil fuels. I believe Australian walkabout. I'm going to do that for a while. She did it. She was 27 years old in Australia. She lived in a caravan. By the time she was 27, she had 100,000 in the bank behind her. And then she had $1 million at 30. You know, that's how you make money. I know living on the road is better. But I'm starting to look at my benefits as a Canadian senior pension plan coming up. But it's not coming up living here. Living here is a broken path. I'm going to get a lawyer